All right, Miles, let's talk about South Carolina here for a little bit. This is team obviously fresh off a very strong finish to the season. A lot of momentum behind Shane Beamer and everything's doing this program up in Columbia. And they've ridden that momentum to make some key additions in the transfer portal and the recruiting scene to shore up some potential weaknesses and hopefully make them an even bigger threat in the SEC East in 2023 and beyond. And I know you've got the specifics on one move that we think is going to be absolutely pivotal. But before I hand it over to you, guys, Gamecocks fans, we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Listen, last year finished strong. You had a lot of really nice players, had a really nice impact, but you also did have some guys leave, some guys graduated, some guys moved on to other programs. Let us know in the comment section below the guy that you think Carolina is really going to miss going forward that played a big impact in 2022. And while you're down in the comment section below, make sure you hit that subscribe key so that way all the Carolina content we create on the show gets sent right to you. That way you don't have to try and find us. All the content goes right to you. Make sure you hit subscribe. But Miles, give us the latest out of Columbia.
Yeah, Nick, when you think about the end of the season, when Carolina really got clicking, you think of the Beamer ball adage, ability to score anywhere, anytime, kind of make these really big time, turnover plays, the big plays on offense. But that's not always how you want to play football, Nick. Sometimes you want to be solid, and just on the defensive side of the ball this year, Nick, Carolina wasn't there. I think they ranked 90th overall in defense, but we know the guy that is going to fix it all, Nick, and that is the addition of transfer portal signing Jerron Willis from Ole Miss. This is a linebacker edge player coming to South Carolina, and I think this guy is going to be a pretty big addition to this South Carolina defense, Nick. I think he can help bolster this run defense that has been, not necessarily the best there, and he can also rush the passer. I think he can do anything that this team really needs him to do. What are your thoughts on this signing, Nick?
Yeah, so one, it shows how far college football has come. College football is essentially like the NFL now, where if you have a weakness, you go out in free agency in the NFL and you sign a guy or you trade for a guy to shore up a weakness. Now in college football, you can do that with the transfer portal. So that's kind of interesting. And two, I think it shows awareness from Carolina. Look, they obviously had a strong finish to the season, but you alluded to it. It was on really the back of their offense. And we really saw in that loss to Notre Dame, they didn't have a guy who could make a key stop in the running game or a guy to get a key pressure on the quarterback, key sack, key force fumble, something like that. And coming in and getting a transfer portal guy like this, we think he has the athletic tools and the ability and just the raw talent to make an impact. I think he will be a good player. Whether he does or doesn't shows that Carolina and Beamer recognizes they have a weakness here. So I think even if this guy doesn't exactly come in and be who they want at that position, I think it shows they're really focusing in this area, which they should, right? It was a big weakness. I mean, this is a team that gave up 192.4 yards per game on the ground rushing, which is just not going to get it done. So obviously addressing the front seven is massive for Carolina this offseason, and credit to Beamer and this program for doing just that.
Yeah, Nick. I think Willis is very interesting. He's got a lot of speed. He can, get him in coverage with tight ends, with running backs, even some like smaller slot receivers. I think he has the ability to do that kind of thing. I think he has the ability to rush the passer. And I also think he has the ability to learn to be a better run stopper. So he's a true 3-down linebacker. I think he's going to be potentially maybe more like one of those smaller hybrid like safety linebacker type positions. But as you said, I think this guy is really, really good. I think he has a good ability to fit this Carolina defensive scheme. And I think he's ready. He's already been playing SEC high-level football, so he knows what the competition is like. There's not going to be any huge, transfer over from one division or another and then step into the SEC and be like, whoa, these boys are built different over here. This is a different brand of football. We're playing a different brand of defense. So he's used to it. I think this is going to be a huge move, and I'm excited to see him step on the field this fall.